And we're live. Hello from the Esports Trade Association and our newest and renewest members for April. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We have a great show for you today. What we love to do on these LinkedIn Lives is just simply introduce our members to our LinkedIn community, which we so appreciate. Such a bustling, supportive B2B LinkedIn wonderful community that we so collaborate so nice and easily on. And today we just have a lot of great guests and companies, and these are typically designed that we have our members that joined in the last 4 weeks. We do these every 4 weeks, but sometimes we have renewed members too that have been here year after year that haven't hopped in. So it's my pleasure to introduce you all. If you want to just round robin, give your name and your company and share about why you joined. Hello, Matthew Hickson. Let's start with Rachel.
All right.
Patrick.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel from APM Music. I was not prepared for this, but happy to be here. I just joined ESTA. I was telling Megan that my new vertical at APM Music is esports, and it's understanding the economy and everything that's going on there. What we do at APM Music is license music for content. So my goal is to help you make the best content possible, to add that soundtrack that really, livens up your content. So yeah, I'm just here to meet everyone and offer my services and just help you grow that creator economy that you're working on.
It's so, I mean, I love esports. It's since when are we like, oh yeah, bring the music, like for real, call in the music. And like nothing would be nothing without music. No movie, no show. I mean, there is not music on here, there should be. I mean, think about like the impact music has on our life and the joy you bring. So we so warmly welcome you to this.
I mean, that's the goal. I feel like the best music is the music you don't even realize that's happening. But if you were to take away music from your favorite games, like would it be scary? Would it be as happy? I don't know. You should try it. Try it on mute. See if you get scared by those games. So, yeah, I love music here.
Yes, yes. Well, that's so cool, and we can't wait to hear more about how you ended up with having such a cool job. I mean, it sounds really glamorous. It sounds really neat,
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get everybody introduced, and then we'll just start to chat about stuff like that. Next is Veronica. Hi, Veronica.
Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here. I'm a new member of the trade association. It seemed just a very organic process to become a member. We are a digital marketing agency, and one of our specialties is event marketing. And we do have clients in the esports space. So I've been to Las Vegas a few times for events, and that's how I ended up here. Megan and I, we were at the same dinner, and so I think I joined like the next week.
Yeah.
So really, really exciting. And also what's exciting is that we have been developing the strategic marketing plan for the upcoming event. So, and for the association. So it's an honor to do that and to share our expertise and and be a disruptor at times, right? Like we love doing that. So yeah, our superpowers are social media, marketing, and advertising. We've had past clients in the esports space. One of it is in higher education, the University of California, Irvine, continued education. They have an esports management program. We've done some really magical things for them and got them on the map. So that's been super exciting. We also are experts in content marketing and and also in strategic marketing, which is mostly around our marketing strategic plans and continuous strategy, how to optimize your marketing. We also do for esports, for the esports market. We also are very active on Twitch for our clients and on Discord. So what we try to do, and I've learned that being part of the video game industry, we're looking to where people are gathering. Where do we reach them? My background is video gaming. I've been in the video game industry. I was in the video game industry for quite a while. I would call myself a veteran, but that makes me sound old, so I don't want to do that. But I worked with, brands like Electronic Arts and the Sonys of the world and Sega's and Microsoft, Valve, Pokemon, Nintendo, you name it. I was in charge of a lot of firsts for my publisher. First ebook, first app in the App Store, first microtransaction on Xbox Live and all that. So I love being part of esports because it is also on that edge of like new discoveries, new functionalities, features, the way we interact with gaming, with the metaverse. That excites me. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
All right, first of all, maybe we should just go by OG. Yes, Veronica, you're an OG. It's been so wonderful. And for everybody listening, having someone come in, even if you've always done what you've always done, because we're 6 years old, we've done this 6 times, and this is our 3rd conference in person. When I met Veronica, I was contemplating and I was thinking, you know what, why don't we just go for it? Why don't we just see what she would do? See what, and coach, Coach is here. I always call Dwayne Coach. Coach Dwayne is here, and coaches are for you to see what you don't see, or to hear what you're not hearing, for your blind spots. So Veronica came in a couple of weeks ago with our existing team that was our full team last year as well for our event, and we just turned the mattress over and just took a whole fresh look at Esports Next, our conference, and it is wonderful. Anybody that would like to talk to me about our experience so far, and it's really true. This is what coaches are for, or consultants. And who would think, even though we have volunteers and a committee and people helping us, but having a marketing firm that would be your virtual firm. Or we're just so lucky that when Veronica joined, that this is what she does, and we talk to her. And yes, it's just delightful to have you, and even amazing that you're an original gangster of our industry. So a big welcome to you, Veronica.
Thank you.
Coach, it's been a long couple of days with us. I think our show's coming out next week. You've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dwayne Pierre. I'm the Executive Director of Worldwide Youth Networks, and I'm also an esports coach at the high school level for New Britain High School in New Britain, Connecticut. And I'm also the collegiate coach, both varsity programs at Central Connecticut State University. We've been engaged in trying to merge esports and education since 2017. We've developed this pathway from middle school through college, basically using esports for social emotional learning at the middle school level. And then we go into career explorations beginning in high school. And then we continue that through our varsity program at the college. The idea primarily is that we want to figure out what the industry is in need of, and then work backward. So, the reason why I joined was to really figure out what the need in the industry was so that we can have conversations at the collegiate level. So then we can have conversations at the high school level so that students are prepared to go into college, and then really going all the way back to middle school. Eventually, we would like to do something from about fourth grade all the way up to about 26. Right now, we're working primarily in New Britain, Connecticut, but our network, we do have partners in Florida, California, Texas, and by September, we're trying to have 150 students engaged in our program across our networks, and we're working with an educational company, Joy Bruckner Education in Dubai, that's working with 17 different African countries, and we're also working with a program in the Bronx that works with the Senegalese American school. So the idea is to really use esports as a way to bring, a community together without boundaries. And, fortunately, we have great support and we have great interest on the educational side. What we really need to do is we really need to connect it to the industry to make sure that we're creating the next generation of content creators, developers, publishers, et cetera, et cetera. So that's pretty much what we're working on.
One of the biggest guys, busiest guys in town, right? So you have a
yeah. We're actually we just finished. My collegiate teams were in the playoffs, so now in 2 weeks, my high school teams are in the playoffs. So we've just been building the network and just sort of like running through everything at the same time. So it's like, we're very competitive because, I love that aspect of it, but it's a great way to get student engagement, but it's also a great way to get the administrators to perk up and listen and, try to figure out ways to, not only help innovate, but to be disruptors themselves, right? So, a lot of what we have to do is we have to educate the educators on what the possibilities are. We've got the data, we've got the track record, we can actually show these things. And it's really about, converting mindsets because the kids get it, sort of. They don't understand all of the opportunities, right? So like they're into the gameplay side of it, and that's great. And then we're like, great, if you love to play this game, look at all of the jobs that it took to create this game, and here are all of your skill sets. And look, you can be a part of this industry even if you're not coding. But look at all these things you can do. So, that's really our big push, educating educators and then sort of meeting students where they are and then transitioning them into, this career exploration.
Yeah, it's like celebrating the arts like they've never been celebrated before, with STEM and just so much, so much. Thanks. Thank you. Coach took advantage of our new podcast that we're launching, season 3, Esports Next. We have a magazine, a conference, and a show, a podcast. And Coach is going to be sharing all about his journey on why he's coming to Esports Next, and that it's just such a fun series leading up to the conference. And then we do celebrate our members and our attendees while we're there. It's not just for sponsors. So I can also put some information here in the chat about getting your ticket to Esports Next. There you go. I hope this link works. And while you check that out, I think, Josh, you're already coming. I think I already saw your ticket come through. I hope you jumped into some of the automated emails that you were invited to Esports Next as well. And I did hear some rumblings about maybe you speaking or doing some sort of something very exciting. Was it at our coffee chat that I heard that you're talking to John Davidson?
Perhaps the Coffee Connection was a great opportunity. I got connected with so many great people that are already a part of the organization, and we've been having a lot of really great conversations about upcoming opportunities. But yeah, may end up doing something here at Esports Next. I guess I'll just like jump into who I am and what I do, because that unveils a lot more about why I'm talking the way I am. But my name is Josh. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a game development studio where we focus on creating games within the game Fortnite, which generally is confusing to a lot of people. But if you've been looking at the world of UGC related games such as Roblox and Minecraft, in the last couple of years, you've probably been hearing a lot of buzz about Fortnite Creative. So it's the same kind of concept. Essentially what the Epic Games team did was that, back in 2018 and even before, I'm sure they were working on it for a while, but they released an editor tool within the game Fortnite where players and users could go in and create their own worlds and then publish those to the player base in Fortnite, which, Fortnite's free to play. So now you have millions of players at your fingertips where you can make your own kind of game. It could be whatever you want. You can work on it for a couple hours. You could work on it for a couple months. And then you can publish it to be accessible for all of the players in Fortnite to experience and enjoy. And so my company, 404 Creative, I founded this with a couple of friends of mine that were doing the same thing. For a couple of years, we were making our own solo games, and then we decided to form together and work together on making the best games that we could for the player base. And then we started to see the business opportunity as well to create content for brands and clients that were interested in marketing themselves to Fortnite's players. So we've been doing that for a while now, and we've had the pleasure of working with Epic Games directly on a couple of really neat collaborations between Rocket League and Fortnite. We worked on the Rocket League Live Islands. They just had one this last week for the DreamHack LAN event for their winter major in San Diego. And the broadcast from that was a live feed directly into the Fortnite island that we helped create. So for a couple of days during that event, players in Fortnite could load into that island. They could go play a fun game while watching the competitive Rocket League at the same time, which is really cool. So yeah, we started doing this for fun and then started doing it for business. And now we're at this really interesting point where we find ourselves at the forefront of something that's completely changing the landscape of gaming and esports forever. So it's really exciting because there's a lot of different directions that we can go with creating custom games. And one of those directions was esports, and that's why I'm here. And a lot of the projects that we've been working on recently with Epic Games has been introducing opportunities for scholastic esports, college esports in Fortnite. So we've had the pleasure of working alongside with a couple of collegiate teams, a couple of HBCUs. We've done some work with UNC Charlotte. We have a project. They're running a tournament on a game that we made for them coming up here actually in a couple of days. So really excited about that. What we're doing with this is we're essentially creating an arena, like a home arena for these collegiate esports teams to be able to invite neighboring colleges into a tournament format that is custom crafted to what they wanted. And, with the new Unreal editor tool set that we have to create games with, we can start pulling in experiences that these, no esports player just plays Fortnite. Once you're a pro, maybe you do, but at the high school level and at the collegiate level, just like any athlete, you're playing in a wide variety of different games on the market, and you're building your skill set in all of them. And now what we have the ability to do is with so much potential in creating our own games, we can pull in some aspects of these experiences from Valorant, from Call of Duty, put them into Fortnite in a game that's accessible, public, and free, and custom to whoever wants to make something. So that's really exciting. And it's been exciting to speak with people who are on the education side of this as well. Because what we can do here, over time, it's becoming clear that video games are a great tool for education. And that movement is a very, very important one that I believe in very strongly. And I think the cool opportunity that my studio has, and for anybody who may be willing to work with my studio, is that not only can we leverage education in games, but we can also create a custom curriculum within a video game experience that, once again, is public, free, accessible to, all players out there, anybody. So it's a really, really exciting time right now. I think it's going to be pivotal for changing just the total landscape of gaming going forward. And we're really excited to be doing what we're doing. So I love being here, being able to get connected with everybody in the Esports Trade Association, and start having a lot of conversations with people about how can we take this opportunity and run with it.
And, and I can answer that. Together. That's how we can do it.
That's right.
And we're so glad to have you again. You all of you are happen to be new members this month, and we really do celebrate you. And thanks for mentioning the coffee, Josh. Who would think something so simple would create what it creates? This is definitely a little more intentional that we share our stories with the LinkedIn family. But boy, those coffees, I mean, we had over 20 people, maybe between 20 and 30 come and go. And there's no commitment. Bring your coffee or your tea, bring it hot, bring it cold, however you like it. But just come and hang out, screen on, screen off, and just get a cup of Joe with each other. So thank you. It's just a pleasure to meet you. I can't wait to see you in August for Esports Next.
Super excited for that.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you. And I know I heard some things about some surprises that you're working on, but I'll say that I remember.
All right. Well, okay. I'll be sure to not disappoint. I'll deliver.
I know. You won't. You never do. Thank you so much. And Marcy, I know you've got some really cool stuff you're working on over there at IDNC bands, and we might even get to be using them at our show. No commitment, no pressure, but I have heard, so we're excited to hear about what makes these bands so exciting for esports events.
Well, oops, sorry, my cat's sitting directly on my hand. Well, IDNC, we specialize in RFID technology, which is access control, cashless payments, and stuff like that for wristbands. They work great with hotels, conferences, and like AnimeCon or Comic-Con, like those badges. We've made those. Parks as well, and music festivals. So it's funny how you mentioned the coffee. I actually met a couple of people interested at the coffee little talk as well, and excited to get into the esports with these bands, or getting connections into this as well, outside of just this IDNC. So it's really nice to meet everybody and how everybody kind of comes together for this. It's kind of what made me curious about joining in the first place, because there's a lot of variety of people that are interested in making esports sort of like the next, I don't want to say next great sport to watch, but I do spend a lot of time watching Call of Duty live, basically on the daily. My fiance likes to watch it on the TV every day, so I kind of got into it in that aspect, as well as previously being a social media manager for a couple streamers as well. So it's kind of where I started, and I wanted to kind of find my way back in any way that I could. And I like the fact that IDNC can actually help provide credentials for any live events as well. So.
Yeah, it's such an interesting space. I've never been to an event that I wasn't fascinated by the technology and how we can be engaged. And I'll joke by saying this: my mom is like, what's esports? What are you into now? You know, and 10 years ago, she was like, what's fantasy sports? But I say something very simple to her because she doesn't really even understand fantasy sports yet, even though she had 3 sons that played for 30 years. But it's okay. She doesn't understand like the engagement component. And I say, Mom, remember mail and now email? That how email just revolutionized communications. Imagine just putting the E in front of sports. And I say that loosely for her because when we talk to Josh about like what's on the horizon and what's next, like we haven't even touched the surface of what's next. That's what's so exciting. And my mom's like, I can't even understand that. Well, I'll go back to like trying to, because she still won't even get email. There's just those certain people, my mom. But, you know, the engagement part of the wrist, you know, band, the simplicity of the software. I've been to different ones and I save them even. I don't save my badges as much as I save my accessory wear, which I don't know why I do, but I do. So it's maybe I don't have enough things to save. But tell us what's cool about your technology, Marcy.
I don't know if you guys have ever been to like I want to say, I'm trying to pick a specific festival without giving away too much about it. There's sort of like NDA issues with speaking too much about it, but like music festivals, you know how you always get all those bracelets on your wristbands and all of that. So a lot of them give you access to certain gates, certain pop-ups stuff. You can set up your social media on it. So if you scan your wristband at the pop-up, you take your picture and it instantly posts on your Instagram, your Facebook, or anything that you set up. So there's that, as well as cashless. You don't have to carry your wallet around. You can show up to the vendors, scan your wristband. It'll keep track of engagement as well. All the people that have come and go on that day, and what they bought, all that information can be stored in whatever system integrator can let you know what was the bigger vendor this year, or what was do we need more security at this access point next year, or do we need a bigger vendor, like a venue next year as well. So it keeps track of all of that as well, and you can fully customize them. They are of great quality. The secure lock is patented by us, and you can't get it on. Once it's tightened, it does not come off. So if it's ripped, you can clearly see that that's not who originally had it on the wristband. And I love the quality of it. I like being able to show up at different hotels, so to speak, because we have hotels in our client list as well that use our elastic wristbands instead of those door key cards that you get into your door with at the hotel. So we even have people who have small conferences at the hotels get custom ones for that little event for their rooms, and that's always fun to see their artwork and all of that. Badges as well. I like the fact that we can do foiling. We can do like a nice silver coating on it as well. Like I like seeing how different customers customize it, make it unique and sort of something to keep, like a keepsake as well.
It makes me think of an opportunity at our conference. We are so proud of the food in Chicago. We might, now this isn't written in stone yet, but we might be doing a fun crawl that has food and tastes and for all, where we just provide the best of Chicago for our evening out in like 10 stops. So that would be a really fun thing to incorporate with our fun crawl. And we're working with the city of Chicago, the World Business Chicago, to help us put that together so everybody can just really make the most of their, there's so much to see here in the city. It's my favorite city in the world. I'm so excited to have you all to my home sweet Chicago. We want you to see the best of Chicago when you're here. So that's a perfect opportunity if you're interested. I always be thinking. So
Yeah, I can get you in touch with. I want to say Matt. Matt is my main guy to go to. He's the sales manager in the division. I'm in conferences and expos and sports. He does more of the making sure all the pricing is right and getting you connections with the right system integrators to get that going as well. But yeah, I can definitely get you guys in touch as well after this if you'd like.
You know, I'm just kind of thinking about it because when they pitched the fun crawl to me, I was like, well, I guess like one of the most important things for me personally is that our group stays together. Just wondering if that would help, that technology would help the engagement of our goal. And that is that we network with each other, we grow together, we stay together, we, you know, we collaborate together. So that was the part, that's why it's not written in stone, but that piece like helps me think out loud. And, you know, for anybody that has an opinion, what do you guys think? Or send us a note, because it's our conference, you know, for us to decide. What do y'all think about a fun crawl in Chicago to go to the 10 best places ever? Rachel's like, yes, it goes without saying. I'm in.
I've been to Chicago and there is some very good food there. So any excuse to hang out and have good food and maybe a few drinks, always.
Can't argue with that.
Not one bit. I love the idea.
For sure.
I've never been to Chicago. It'd be great to see good food, good drinks as well.
Yeah, something for everyone, which is why we call it a fun crawl versus a pub crawl.
Yeah.
Or a food crawl.
Food crawl.
I'm from New York, so I have to try the pizza.
Ooh,
oh, yeah.
Of course, right?
I'm a Chicagoan. I'll just admit, like, New York is the pizza. Chicago's more like a pie.
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
know what? But I do love it. I've had it up here.
Yeah.
I need the authentic. So like wherever I go, like I have to try the pizza wherever I go. That's like a must.
Totally. So here's the ditty on the food in Chicago. There's just no bad food because no one goes. Get it? Like, so if a restaurant pops up and it's just not good, there's too many good restaurants. So really, you're kind of safe to go everywhere. I love Chicago pizza. Yeah, Gordon, it is like a casserole. It's more like a lasagna. It's very heavy. New York, you just fold it and eat it, you know, and Chicago's like, well, yeah, it's a pan, it's thick. And
it's a commitment, right? Like when you order it, it is a commitment for sure.
Save it for the morning or afternoon of the last day, because it will be a great thing to have right before your flight, so you can sleep for a couple of hours wherever you're going.
That would be perfect.
Well, so we have a lot of great comments here. I've got Patrick McClung, who did our jerseys last year, and they are on our website for anybody that wants to get an Esports Trade Association jersey. They are so fun. I wear mine all the time. I wore it last weekend at 2 different events. I love wearing it because it says my last name on my back, and then people can see me. And there's for those of you that aren't seeing the messages, we've got Bridget McCary, who runs around events with me all the time, and Freddie Halstead saying hello, who helps everybody with their chapters, and lots of great feedback happening. But I'd love to hear more from you all. What would you like to share, and why you decided to come to Esports Next in August, and why you decided to join?
Oh, I mean, now I'm definitely going in August for the food. But, the original reason, I think esports is great in that it connects people virtually all over the world, and you have that opportunity. But one of the things that I was missing, especially during COVID, is like that human interaction, because this is great. But I think it's also really important to meet people. And I think that's why, when events take place, there is such a great, so many people going and so many people enjoying it, because that opportunity to like meet people and get to know people and really understand why they're there, you can't replicate that online all the time. Esports is special because there is a way to do that, but I would love to meet everyone and hang out and, you know, hear more about your personal stories and actually engage. It's very easy for me to click on my email during anything. So to not have that is huge for me. Yeah, that's why I'm going. I just want to meet everyone and really the community. That's the biggest thing, that in learning more about esports, it's a community. It's not anything but that. It's really, really, it's a tight-knit community for as large as it is. Like, everyone sort of has like their sector, and that's been the most interesting and like inspiring thing to me. So I'm excited to be a part of that community.
And you are. We're so fortunate that World Business Chicago is helping us create the experience. When you come, Rachel, the hotel, very likely everyone, almost, I can't guarantee, obviously, will say hello to everyone, because it's a boutique hotel that will just about fit our group. And so it's kind of fun to like be in the space and the way we have it versus, oh my gosh, you know, I've done conferences where like everybody's got different, it's kind of like, I use the analogy, you don't want to see another bride on your wedding day. Everybody at our event, typically in our hotel, is our event. So that's the way I try to do it. And we're very fortunate that we are going to a different space this year. It's the Radisson Sapphire Blue. I had no idea how cool the Sapphire Blue brand is. And you'll love this. The architect of the hotel is an award-winning woman. And it is just so take your breath away. She designed the Aqua here downtown Chicago. We're 2 blocks from the lake, 2 blocks from the Mag Mile, you know, just a walk to the beach, you know, and all of the bustling, safe communities. There's a different view from there. She has different kind of balconies and views. She designed the hotel like it's water, and we are the only group in the space. And we're just so lucky, and we have the greatest hospitality team helping us. And I promise it'll be like no other conference you've ever been to. You'll leave and it's going to feel like sleepover camp.
For me, I mean, you say like it's like no conference you've ever been to. It's a little bit different for me because I wouldn't consider myself a conference person. I come from a background of accounting. I was an accountant for many years before I started just doing independent game design. So, you know, for me, it was just every day logging in, do your work, don't talk to anybody, get off, 9 to 5. And it wasn't until the GDC, this was my first conference that I went to, and talk about being completely overwhelmed. But there was such a great opportunity to meet with so many interesting people who are doing cool things in the gaming space in general, and have those personal conversations with everybody. There's just something different about meeting someone for less than 5 minutes, saying, hey, what do you do? And then they pull out their portfolio thing, like, oh, I'm a game artist. And it's just, everybody's doing something so interesting. And there's nothing like having those connections with them face to face. So, I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, not talking to anyone and getting your work done and everything. But like for those who are really aspiring to do something bigger and do something more, it can only happen by making those connections with people together and, you know, working together. Like you said, after I went through my whole spiel, that's how we do it. We do it together. So I'm really excited to go and meet everybody I haven't met yet.
One of the things I'm really hearing from so many, Josh, and thank you for sharing that, you know, vulnerably, is we've gotten a little rusty working from our home office, and we're thirsty for each other. I mean, we're not designed to be alone for as much as we are. I work really hard to create just comfort in the community, because I've been to events and I know exactly what I don't want, and I know exactly what makes me feel like, if I feel bad, it's bad, because I'm pretty positive, about things, and I'm pretty social. But I've been to things where I'll never go again, and that I don't think like, I work really hard for that not to happen. We all do as a team. One of the things we do the first night is we have this speed style dating networking, and it's 2 rows of tables, and you sit in front of the person, so you're facing each other, and I want to say it's between like 30 and 90 seconds, I can't remember exactly, and then you each move a different way, so you're not talking to the same person, but you got enough to know, like, oh, it's not too long where you're like, all right, we're competitors or something like that, and then it's long enough to know, like, we need to talk again, like, that's perfect. And that is one of my favorite events that I've ever done, and I don't think we'll ever not do it. And believe it or not, every single person sits down, and we're just adding seats and adding seats and adding seats, because it's the first night, so people are flying in and they're walking in, and that is just, I think. Oh wait, actually, that's night 2. The first night is the Cubs game, which we make completely optional. We also say, because if you look at the agenda, it's actually 3 days, but you can do it all in 1 day. So you could come for the half days and bring your family or bring your team, or bring yourself and meet your clients. I designed it, and we designed it to spread it out to have those time gaps, to have some time for yourself, have some time for your team, have some time for your family. So go to the game, and then it's free, and there's this free time. So but if you're just going to come and you're a lean, mean fighting machine, if you're a lean, mean machine, just come to the big day, and that's Tuesday, which we know is one of the greatest, easiest days to fly in and fly out and spend a day in business and get your day done, and kick off that Sweet Home Chicago. What is it? The fun crawl with your with your guided tour bracelet technology. So really, it's a conference designed for whatever mood you're in. But I guarantee everyone, if you come for that 3-day, there is no way you're not going to leave with hundreds of new friends that you have successfully collaborated with, and that you'll want to see again. So thank you for sharing that, Josh. And boy, if anybody ever comes and it's not the experience I promised, send me a text personally, because that we would want to know, and not have that happen. We want to be the warmest, kindest, most supportive, caring environment that you'll ever experience, and that's what I stand for. That was a little long-winded.
Well, that sounds amazing, right? That sounds amazing. So Jumpstart, now we are a sponsor, so we're going to have a whole team there that I'm selecting. So it's super exciting. We're going to have a table. We're going to talk marketing, event marketing. We might have some really cool giveaways. I've been to many conferences, the E3s, the GDCs, the ECTSs in London. I've been to Cannes, so I've been to video game events, also internationally. I love conferences. I'm a learner, so I love the panel discussions. Mm-hmm. And I love engaging with the panelists. Getting to meet them, asking some of the tougher questions, and just learning more about the industry and how they see the world. I think that's how they see the esports market. That is always very interesting to me, because as somebody, and also how I run my agency, like very future forward, I like to see like what others see around the corner. Like, what are they anticipating? So that's super interesting to me. So yeah, the panelists, obviously meeting everybody, and yeah, I think you're right. We we want to be shaking hands again, or not, or elbows, or whatever people prefer, for sure, because we do a lot of networking online. I've been to Chicago. I was there actually the very first time for a social media conference with Sprout Social. We're a Sprout Social partner. And so I did the whole pizza casserole and the tour, the boat tour, right?
Yeah.
Like that was really cool. And some bar hopping. That was fun. So fun hopping, bar hopping. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so very excited to go.
Yeah, I'm excited for a variety of reasons. I'm not gonna lie, pizza is really high up there for me. you know, um, but you know what? Like, I just like even just sitting here talking, like just learning about what you guys do is just so, like it's invigorating. Like a lot of times, I feel like I'm working in a silo by myself, right? So it's like knowing that like that really just talking to people about what's going on in the industry and like how it can help the students that I work with and everything is just it just really ignites that fire. Sometimes like you go go because you believe in something, right? But you need to recharge, and I feel like this is going to be such a good thing for me to just pop in, meet you guys, talk about things, learn about things that I don't even know exist, talk about things that are on the horizon. I had no idea about Fortnite, so I'm really excited about having that conversation with some of the admins
Me
that I
too.
work. It's just like wow, like this is amazing. Like I didn't know that was a thing. So just if this conversation is an inkling into what the conference is going to be like, I can't wait for August to get here. So I'm really excited about this.
Very cool.
Yeah, I get that. That's really great. And it's, for you, coach, you're giving a lot and you're giving a lot. And we sometimes forget about our leaders in community that are giving. So for you to come and get your cup full and, be among peers that understand your day and, what it takes to get up and be that mentor for so many, it really takes something. So I would encourage someone like you, to take the whole couple of days, go to the game, just breathe it in, get the fresh air and build a memory.
I definitely signed up for the game. I'm also, baseball. I literally grew up a couple of miles from Shea. I haven't even been to City Field yet because I'm still stuck on Shea. So this is gonna be exciting for me.
Yeah.
This like in so many different ways. I professionally, personally, just from a just a mental standpoint. This is really a culmination of a lot of things that I've been looking for that I didn't even know existed until recently. So I'm really happy about it.
Yeah. And one of the things that we really want to do as an association is to do more in advocacy and mental wellness and health, because there's so much output on most of the leaders in a space with such innovation as well, that we have to really get into the conversation of caring for ourselves, because we're only as good as how healthy we are. And that, bringing such, just really, I overuse the word innovation, but bringing this, it's not a new industry, but it feels very new. I just saw Tetris the other night. I don't know if anybody has saw the movie, but it was so good. I just love history. So, they would argue that this isn't new, but there is some wild westish feeling here, and we have to, keep our wherewithal about us. So, I would love to incorporate something like a morning walk, or because it is so beautiful. We're so close to the lake, and just getting out and doing something like that, and just creating my dream someday, and Rachel's shaking her head. I just love it. My dream someday is like to do a 5K, even if you just walk it, you know, together, and you know, creating more awareness around gaming is healthy. Gaming is fun. People that play together stay together. You know, just more education and awareness around the health components. That's what got me involved in fantasy sports, as I saw that it made my brothers the happiest in the world, and I loved seeing that, you know, growing up.
Yeah,
So,
you know, I mean, esports is new, but it's a fast growing sector of the market. You know, the projections are, you know, moving from a $1 billion industry market, because it's part of the gaming industry, considered, to 5 billion by, you know, 2029. So, and we have technology that is moving really fast. And this is also one of the challenges that we like to take on as a marketing firm, right? That the technology is changing. There's going to be new technology coming online. How do we use them? How do we communicate? There's going to be some that's going to be dropping off. I mean, it's just a continuous, you know, between now and 2029, it seems like there was not that many years, but just how fast things are moving, it's going to be like a different world for esports. And, you know, for us to go to conferences like that where we can learn, like I said earlier, how do some of these people in the industry, what do they see around the next corner? Because it's all about anticipating and being ready for whatever is around the next corner. That makes this exciting, and that makes it feel new, because I think, you know, when a market segment like this is changing all the time, yesterday's old, right? I mean, it's gonna always feel new, because it does change so much, which I love. That I'm excited about. I love change. I know I'm probably like a rare being when it comes to that, because I think there's so much opportunity in change, and the more you do it, the more courageous you get.
yeah.
And I think that's always been my love, to be part of the video game industry. It's just the courage to go out where nobody's been before. I'm fascinated by that.
Me too.
You know, and with so many like product launches, I was part of that, and I think that's just incredible. Like, I love that. It's like, you know. So yeah,
it's not a boring
cool.
group. I mean,
we
are in a like a vital crowd, right?
Sure.
And I learned that vitality from my grandpa. The last time I saw him, he said, Yahoo me. And I was like, oh, you think Yahoo's going to be email because Google was search? And that was so smart. He was trying to be cool.
Right.
Because he got a Yahoo email.
Yeah.
You know,
oh my gosh.
He was 85 and he's like, Yahoo me. And I was like, oh, is that cute? You know, he meant email. And then I thought about it later and I was like, no, that was smart. Yahoo missed that opportunity. But yeah, it's a cool crowd. You know, it's good company.
Sure. Yeah, for certain.
Yeah. Not only do you get an opportunity, like you're saying, Veronica, to chat with people who see their vision for what's around the corner, but also you can actually get a chance to get a glimpse at what's actually being built around the corner by people who are working on it. So that's a very, very key thing about making these connections and really seeing where this is all going, because some people are already working on it, you know, so it's even easier to, you know, strategize with whatever you are contributing in the esports space when you actually can not only envision, but see what's coming.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been part of a lot of those types of projects that were actually too early for their time.
Yeah.
You know, now looking back, you can say like, how the heck did people not see that vision?
Yeah.
But you're going to always have people that are just go so far outside their comfort zone that everybody looks at like, this is crazy. What the heck are they doing? right? And then,
Yeah.
5 years later or 10 years later, it's like, oh, they already saw that.
Yeah.
And I find that super exciting. So, yeah. And maybe, yeah, like you said, like it'd be cool. It would be super cool to see some of that and talk about some of these opportunities at the conference, with other members or non-members that are coming, right? That should be members, and talking about, it's like, what are you working on?
Yeah.
Because I think when a lot of people think it's crazy, it's probably something that we should be looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're that market segment.
Absolutely.
If there's not a little crazy, we're doing something wrong here.
I agree with that. I think in the last 6 months that I've really dug into the space, it's changed drastically. Yeah. And I think for the younger people getting into it, or the kids that Dwayne's working with, it gives you real life experience, right? Because you have to be adaptable, you have to be open, you have to be accepting, you have to be willing to have the conversations that maybe scare you, or people think you're crazy. But it allows you to learn and create and not lose that creativity. I think they're huge life skills to be learned, not only you want to get the physical aspect of it, but mentally, it's just great for growth. And it's the people that really care, the world, all of us on this call that are just we want to make something better, and how can we do that, and how can we listen and learn, and that's one of the biggest things I'm excited about, is learning from everybody and taking that and seeing what happens next.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rachel, it's funny you say that. I've done this a long time, community management and development. There is something about this community and everything I do. It just takes my breath away. I could be on this call for another half hour, really. We only have a couple minutes. I don't know what it is. This is so special. I don't have the word authentic. It feels like it's overused, but there's something about this community that I don't have the words for it. I just simply don't, but it just feels really good.
Yeah, and it's real, right?
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah. I think we all want to be here. And I think that's different than a lot of other communities. No offense to accountants, but like you said,
none taken. I left them a while ago.
Yeah. So. Here, I'm taking time out of my day to do this. I'm going to conferences, I'm catching up on coffee calls, it's people I want to surround myself with, because they're challenging me, but they're also the most accepting community. And it's hard to find, especially I feel today, where everything is so on social and taking up your time, where this is okay.
It feels like there's not a single person that you meet that's in the total, the much larger community that's not passionate about it. Yeah. Which is a really big difference.
Yeah. We all love it.
For sure.
And sometimes it's really hard to explain. Wow. Just saying.
Yes, for sure.
All for just making this incredible show and making our association thrive because of each other. And with that, I really look forward to seeing you at the next Coffee Connection, which is the first Wednesday of every month at 9 a.m. Central, every month, like clockwork. And there's no recording, so we can really kick it up on those morning coffees. And then please know that we do these esports. We do these LinkedIn Lives every month, and if you have one that you would like to suggest that we do, we only do lives that people suggest, and I have a link to share. Please, shoot me a note or DM me on LinkedIn, and I'll give you the form, and you'll have a live and you'll host it. So, we'd love to bring some legs to what your vision might be. And for all of you that are listening, please feel free to join the Esports Trade Association. Everybody's welcome. And for the, for everybody, we'll see you for sure in August And we will celebrate our long couple of days that will be full of joy with our fun crawl. And that is our live. Thank you guys for being here. I'll be ending the broadcast. Take care till next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.